God said you've been enslaved. You've been in bondage. You've been bound. You've been oppressed for too long. He's calling you up out of that place. Out of that place of affliction, out of that place of pain, out of that place of bondage. Yet you have been tormented, you have been abused, you have been ridiculed, you have been despised, you have endured harsh punishment. God said he sees you. God said he knows you. God said he sees right where you are. And he said, hold on, because he get ready to deliver you. He about to call you up out of that place. He about to strike down the hand of your oppressor, the one who has had you in bondage, the one who has had your mind in bondage, the one who has had your heart in bondage. God said he sees you. God said he's attentive to you, that he hears your cries, that your cries have come upon him, and that he's gonna answer you. He's gonna rescue you. He's gonna redeem you. He's gonna bring you up out of that place. See, in that place, you thrive. In that place, you have grew to become a mighty nation. In that place, God has allowed you to still succeed. But in that place, you've been burdened down by the burdens of your oppressor. You have been brought down. See, they're trying to tear you down, but God said he would not allow it to be so. God said he's about to rescue you. He's about to restore you and take you to a place that he has promised you. But you got to hold on, because he sees the affliction. He sees the pain. He sees the neglect. He sees the abuse. But he said it won't be long that he's going to call you out of that place, that the hand of your accuser can no longer be upon you. The hand of the ones that have burdened you down, it has to be lifted up off of you. So he's about to deliver you out of that Egypt place, out of that place of bondage, out of that place. Yes, you have plenty, but yes, you had to work for it. You had to fight for it. You had to endure for it. You had to be oppressed for it. Yes, they fed you. Yes, they took care of you, but you had to give up some things. You had to give up some things. Your spirit has been crushed. You've been robbed of some things. You've been robbed of your joy. You've been robbed of your peace. So you had to give up some things in order to be in that place, because they have torn you down to the place where you don't have no more strength. You have no more might. So God said, I need for you to depend on me, because I see you. I see what you have endured. I see what you have went through. I see that you have persevered. I see that you trust me, because you still call upon my name. You still seek me for guidance. You still seek me for direction, because I'm about to show up. He's about to show up. He's about to show up. But I come to tell you that when he shows up, don't you be like the children of Israel. He's about to bring you. He said he has a promised land that's set for you, that he's established for you, that he's driving out the inhabitants. He's preparing it for you. A land that's flowing with milk and honey. A land that has more than enough. A land that's abundant and rich with many things. A land that he has already built houses for you. A land that he's already built vineyards and olive groves for you. A land that when you go in, vegetation is already there. It is already established for you. All you gotta do is take territory, occupy, to subdue the land that God has promised unto you. See, don't be like the Israelites when he bring you out. See, they mumbled and they grumbled and they complained. See, God had to take them. See, when he called them out of Egypt, see, he had to take them through the wilderness. See, right now, see, he's bringing you out. But he wants me to inform you that you're going to go through a period of testing. You're going to go through a wilderness, a barren place, a dry place, a place that only he can provide in, a place that only he can produce in. Because in the natural, the land is unproducible. It's unprofitable. It's not going to benefit you anything. But in that place of being dry and barren and desolate, that place of isolation that he's calling you to, he's calling to a deeper desire for him, a deeper desire for a longing and a well that he desires to take you into deep wells of living water, to produce something in you, to produce something tangible, to produce strength within you, vitality within you, to cause you to persevere, that you will go forth and occupy the land, that you would not forfeit the land. The land will not spit you out. When you enter in it, you will know who gave it to you. When you enter in it, you won't go in arrogant. You won't go in boastful. You won't go in as if you arrived on your own, but you will understand and you remember the God who brought you out of that place of bondage, out of that place of affliction. You can remember the God who covered you and kept you, the God who promised you that he would deliver you, that God delivered you. But don't you forget that even in your deliverance, that you gotta go through the wilderness. You gotta take the journey. Because that is the place where God is going to refine you. That is the place where God is going to equip you. That is the place where God is going to strengthen you. That is the place where God is going to build your character and build your resolve. That is the place where He's going to call you to trust Him in a deeper way than what you have ever trusted Him before. In that place, He's going to call you to depend upon Him. See, in that place, I'm going to tell you right now, in that place, like the children of Israel, they desire to go back to the oppressor. Because see, at this point, they had to depend on God. Everything was not readily accessible to them. They didn't have food when they wanted food. They didn't have water when they wanted water. They didn't have shelter when they wanted shelter. But they had to depend on God to provide. See, they couldn't depend on each other. They didn't have no inner circle of millionaires. They didn't have no inner circle of wealthy. They had to depend solely on God to bring them through, to provide for them, to comfort them, to strengthen them, to restore them, to revive them. But see, but God was trying to produce something. Because see, God wanted a faithful heart. God wanted a committed people, committed to Him. God wants your commitment. God wants your yes. God wants your heart. God wants all of you. Will you give God all of you? Can you say, yes, Lord? Your will, whatever I got to go through, Lord, I will endure so that you may get the glory. Can you say yes? Even in that dry, barren place, can you say yes when you don't have enough in your bank account? Can you say yes when you're sick in your body? Can you say yes to the things of God? Can you say, yes, God, I don't understand, but yes, God, I trust you? Can you say, yes, God, I don't understand, but God, I know you're going to bring me out? Can you give God a yes in the uncertain times? Can God trust you with a yes? Can God trust you to be faithful? Can God trust you to trust Him at His word? Can you give God a yes? He's seeking your yes. He's seeking your heart. He's seeking your mind. He's seeking all of you. Will you give God all of you?